It's really hard to believe anything they're saying anymore, especially about vaccines. And I think one thing you have to really question is, why do they have immunity from lawsuits? I mean, they're the only industry, the only organization that I know of that has immunity from lawsuits if they're to hold them accountable for a product. I mean, that alone should be very questionable.
100%. And that has been one of the most frustrating things to witness through our organization, to see the human impact of what that law means. We work with people all day, every day, that are completely destroyed financially because of their illness. They suffer every day, and they can't, a lot of them, they can't even get out of bed, let alone, do work. So it's really, everything the drug company has lined up in the last 30 years, 37 years, 38 years, after the 1986 law was put into place, every single thing that they've been able to put into place has put them in a ideal situation to be able to completely control the narrative, control the financial implications to maximize their profits. But it's on the backs of everyday people. And the reality is that none of us, including yourself, none of us have a choice whether we're going to get picked off by a vaccine or not. None of us do. It's totally Russian roulette. There's no equation that makes sense. There's no increasing your odds, by being healthy or whatever. I mean, I was really healthy when I got my shot. But when it happens to you, you are completely on your own. The drug company is going to help you, hide you. That's what they're going to do, is they're going to hide you. And the only reason I say that is because I know, because I have been there, I have seen it firsthand. I wouldn't say that just for fun. It's a very serious situation. The government is not going to help you either. The politicians have no interest in touching this because it's such a taboo topic. Why? Because the drug companies and the governments have worked in concert together for years to make sure that the vaccines are seen as something that should be completely held, to the highest standard. There's two things, in this world that you can't speak ill of. And one is, soldiers in America. And the second is actually vaccines. So
that's true.
The one protects our freedom, and the other is a complete, just Russian roulette to see if it works. We don't know if they work. We don't know if they're safe. But you're not allowed to talk about it, right? You're not allowed to question it. You're not allowed to question the science. It's, but we've got to somehow figure out how to provide the right support for these people. They're suffering bad. We've had a lot of people that have chosen to end their lives because they just can't get over it, and I understand that, because right now, it feels like I'm being electrocuted all the time in my body, right? So you can't see that, but it feels like, I'm plugged into an electric socket all the time. And my hands are going numb, and they've got the severe pins and needles. I've got pins and needles going up and down my legs, and I've got severe tinnitus. My heart is I can always tell when my heart is beating. It's just funky all the time. And it just feels like my body is just trying to survive one heartbeat to the next, right? And at some point it's going to give out. But I'm not the only one that's dealing with this 24/7.